November already over? Like, I don't understand. But in honor of that, I'm going to give you guys a recap of everything that I read in the month of November. And spoiler alert, I actually read more than I thought I was going to. So without further ado, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you guys like these types of videos. And let's go into my November recap. In the month of November, I had planned on reading 11 books. Spoiler alert, I read 9. The month of November was such a good reading month for me. The only thing that stopped me from reading every book that I had planned on reading was the fact that I got sick for 2 weeks and could not physically pick up and look at a book because it hurt my head so bad. But I did finish the Zodiac Academy, which I do plan on doing a full review of all of the books once I can process my thoughts on everything that I read. I read 8, which I rated that 5 stars. It was so good. 8.5, which I did as a tandem read. Again, so good, 5 stars. And then I read 9, which was Restless Stars. Y'all, that was a 6-star read for me. It was amazing. I am obsessed with the Zodiac Academy world, and it is my Roman Empire. These were the first 3 books that I read. Continuing on, and then I read The Fine Print by Lauren Asher. This was 4 stars for me. I loved this book. This is the first book in the Dreamland Billionaires saga, or trilogy. I guess it's a trilogy. And I loved the world. I loved the story behind everything. I liked this book. So 4 stars. Next, I read The Pumpkin Spice Cafe, which I rated 3 stars. I wasn't as impressed with this book as I thought I was going to be. It wasn't bad, and I did enjoy it, and I did read it in less than a day. I just didn't like how it went from first-person POV to third-person POV. And that really messed with me and confused me a little bit. But other than that, it was a great little story, and I cannot wait to read the second book in this series. I then read Love Theoretically by Ali Hazelwood. I rated this 3.5 stars. It was good, but I feel like it was dragged out a little bit. I don't know, it just wasn't my favorite. So 3.5 stars. I read it in a day, but again, it just wasn't my favorite. Then I read A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. This book, y'all, I was obsessed. I was following the story. I was trying to figure out who the actual killer was, and I kept getting it wrong, and I kept like thinking, oh, it's going to be this person, and then like they'd be eliminated, and turns out I was completely wrong, and the whole story was just twists and turns, and I cannot wait to read the second one and start the Netflix series on this book. The last 2 books I read were The Serpents and the Wings and a Crowns of Nyaxia novel. This is book 1. I just bought it because I had to have a trophy. I read it on my Kindle. This book, these are probably my favorite books I read all month, besides Zodiac Academy. This book, y'all, the ending got me. If you guys know, you know, it got me. And I cannot believe everything that had happened. And y'all, when I say I cannot wait to read book 2, I cannot wait to read book 2. This book is so good. I devoured this book 5. Then the final book I read in the month of November was One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. This book, was I confused? Abso-freaking-lutely. I literally think I said, what the fuck, 10,000 times reading this book, but it also was so good. And how it ended, like, I need to read book 2 immediately. Because, y'all, like, what the fuck? So, this was a 4-star read for me. I love this book. Again, it was probably one of my favorite books of all time. And I cannot wait. I cannot wait to read book 2, which is 2 Twisted Crowns. So, I think I'm going to read that in November. I'm not sure for 100% sure yet. But this was the final book I read, and that is everything that I read in November. Overall, November was a great month for me when it comes to reading. I did read 3 900-page books, 2 900-page books, something like that. The rest were all 300 to 400 pages. I loved every book that I read besides Pumpkin Spice Cafe. That one got me. It was good, it was cute, it was funny. It was definitely a fall-based book, but the point of view messed with me, and that's why it got such a low rating. Everything else was 4 to 5 stars, with The Serpent the Wings of Night being a 6-star read for me because I loved that world. I loved the story. I loved the whole vampires and humans aspect and like Hunger Games. It was amazing. I love you guys. Make good choices. Be safe out there. It's a crazy world. And read on, y'all. Bye.